Hi, readers. Welcome back to my book corner. And I don't know if you'll remember, a couple weeks ago, I told you all that September is sign up for your library card month. And September 15th through October 15th is also Hispanic Heritage Month. So to start off Hispanic Heritage Month, I wanted to bring two books to you all that are about two Hispanic people that libraries were very important to them. We've got Tomas and the Library Lady by Pat Mora, illustrated by Raul Colon. And then we've got Planting Stories, The Life of Librarian and Storyteller Pura Belpre. It's written by Anika, Aldamuy, Denise, and the illustrations are by Paula Escobar. So, Pura Belpre grew up in Puerto Rico, and growing up, she would hear wonderful stories about Puerto Rican folklore and just other stories about Puerto Rican people. And when she moved to New York City and gets a job at a library, she notices that there are no books about Puerto Ricans there, or about Puerto Rican history or the mythology that she grew up with. So she decides to tell the children all these stories, and she becomes just a wonderful storyteller, and also sews puppets so that she can retell these stories to the kids. So she ends up becoming New York City's first public librarian, or Latina librarian. So this is her story about how she started this storytelling in the New York City libraries, and then later on other librarians followed suit and did the same thing. It's got beautiful, very colorful illustrations throughout the book. The way she brings her stories to life, the illustrator and the author of this book really bring Pura Belpre's story to life. So I highly recommend that you pick up this book, Planting Stories, so you can learn all about Pura Belpre. And then the second book I have is about Tomas Rivera. Tomas and the Library Lady is the book all about his life. He was a migrant worker, and he traveled from Texas to Iowa. And one day when he is in Iowa, he decides to go to the local library. And when he goes in, he's just amazed by all of the books that are there. And the librarian sees his interest, and she offers him water because it's a really hot day. So then she also shows him all the books, and she lets him check them out. And he just becomes, in love with all the stories. And then he visits the library every day. So he befriends the librarian, and he teaches her Spanish, and she, shows him the power of books and of reading. So this one too has very beautiful illustrations. You really get a sense for the landscape, and you also just really see his imagination as he's reading the books. You see everything that he imagines. So Tomas Rivera, books and education became so important to him that he went on to be a professor and a writer. And then he also became chancellor of the University of California at Riverside, where there is now a library named after him. So if you want to learn about important Hispanic figures, I highly recommend either one of these books, Planting Stories or Tomas and the Library Lady. And you can find these at your school library or your public library. And this is a great time to read them. So thanks for joining me today. Until next time, bye.